All right. So differentiation in my classroom can mean a lot of things. For me, the most important thing is not just differentiating the actual expectation, meaning if I'm trying to get a student to write a paragraph, it's not just differentiating that paragraph, but how they can demonstrate that knowledge. Meaning maybe they don't have to write it. Maybe they could do a video. Maybe they could maybe do a PowerPoint with voiceover, so they're actually talking you through it. So there are many different ways to accomplish the same goal. So when I hear differentiation, I think about what is the big end goal, and in how many different ways can a student demonstrate this. Not only that, the extent to which they demonstrate it is also differentiated in my room. For example, one student might have to write a 5-paragraph essay while another one writes 3. However, the content or the questions they answer must be the same, so they have to cover the same amount of knowledge. This is true for different types of students, from students with IEPs to students with 504s. They require different things, and also they have different learning styles. So even that could be a means for differentiation. For example, maybe I'm better hands-on, or I'm a visual learner, so that also plays a role in my classroom. As it relates to collaboration, differentiation also seems to be important for me, because when we are parallel teaching or doing different groups, sometimes having, how do I want to say this? Sometimes having another person there to have them work on a different skill or display it in a different way is quite helpful. So like, I might work with essays where my co-teacher might be better with the video cameras or the online websites, and so it's easier when you have 2 people thinking of how do we accomplish this goal and how do we do it without necessarily having every student do a cookie cutter exact same product. What else?
So how do some of your students feel when you actually give them different plans for, saying that maybe they may not be as advanced as the other students? What has the relationship been, or how do they feel when you've actually done that for them?
So my first 2 years of teaching, I learned an incredible amount about just the student self-esteem. And so sometimes when they realize things have been differentiated, it becomes, I'm smarter, better, or the next person feels less than. So when I'm differentiating worksheets, quite often the students don't even know it was differentiated. As I'm passing it out, they're not even aware that there's an A and B version. That helps a lot. Even when I group them in such a way where everything they see around them is similar. So they're not really always aware that there are different expectations. When we start talking about projects and things like that, I've been big on the tic-tac-toe board, which is like a tic-tac-toe chart, and you give them like 9 different options for a project, and they have to choose 3 in a row. But I'll strategically make sure that some of the rows are more visual or some are more written rows, so that, again, it is differentiation, but I didn't like put this scarlet letter on all the students. And then when we're talking about things they can clearly see, like projects, one big thing I try to emphasize, it's really a buy-in. Like, you have to have that relationship with your students, but also you have to emphasize that every student doesn't display their knowledge in the same way. And it doesn't speak to intelligence, it rather speaks to just our individuality as humans. Like, I'm really bad at singing, tone deaf. So maybe I'm not gonna do a project that requires me to sing. Maybe I should write it out. So I think for me, it's quashing the concept that comes behind why aren't we doing the exact same thing. Like, the world doesn't work that way. So I try to teach from that real world perspective, and that's something I try to establish within the first week, 2 weeks of school, because I don't have those conversations. And for me, the biggest thing is we should worry about our own progress, not necessarily the progress of others. So I don't face that. Like, 6 years in, I've learned some lessons.
Okay. And you've mentioned some of the teaching strategies that you've used. Are there any others that you've seen used that have been effective?
I'll tell you, I've seen some really wicked computer-based differentiation where every kid in the computer, what is the name of that program? Edmodo. I've seen some really sick differentiation. If we had that capability, I'd try that too. But I would love to try that, but again, that's basically a program where every student learns on each of their, when they log in, the curriculum's differentiated for them already. Like it's an independent personal thing, even though the teacher can control the whole panel. So I've seen that, and I've seen it done very well. Like teachers drop different, web pages or links the kids can click on. You know what? That's a category I need a little development in because I'm not that great at that. But I've seen a lot of computer-based ones that I haven't tried. So yeah.
Okay. All right. And that's basically it. Thank you very much.